technology that is built for your every sense. Acer Pure from Acer.
Well, in the meantime, let's talk about as far as when it comes to US tariffs are concerned, not only imposed on India, but on several other countries as well. This is coming across as a setback to the President of the United States, where the Federal Appeals Court has struck down multiple Donald Trump's announced and imposed tariffs, ruling that he overstepped his authority by using emergency powers to impose them. The judges said that the Constitution grants the Congress, not the President, the power to levy the taxes and tariffs, while ruling curbs Trump's use of International Emergency Economic Powers Act. The tariffs, however, remain in effect till mid of October, giving Trump government a time for appeal in the Supreme Court. Reacting sharply, however, Donald Trump has called the judges to be highly partisan and has stressed that all tariffs are still in effect. He has warned that lifting them would literally destroy the United States of America, where he has vowed to fight on, saying that the tariffs are America's best shield to protect workers and manufacturers, where Donald Trump has declared that he will rely on the Supreme Court to uphold them and make America rich, strong and powerful again. Let's get in a word from Rishabh now. Rishabh, now with this development, could we actually really call it as a setback to Donald Trump? Because the Federal Appeals Court has said that when it comes to Donald Trump and his imposition of tariffs on multiple countries is concerned, he seems to be overstepping his authority or power.
Well, Amita, definitely. President Trump has been overstepping, that is for sure. But whether Supreme Court will give relief to Donald Trump or not, that will be the major talking point now from here on. See, the federal court, the appellate court, both of them have said that this is not correct, this is illegal. But now that Donald Trump has one last legal recourse to approach the Supreme Court of United States, what happens there would be very, very interesting. Remains to be seen what Supreme Court says. But yes, it is a setback for Donald Trump, because in a way it is being made clear that even judicially, even legally, what Donald Trump is doing is not correct. So morally, it is definitely not correct using tariff as weapon, but legally also it is not correct, is what the court suggests.
Absolutely. But when we speak of what Donald Trump has been up to, Rishabh, because these tariffs have given Donald Trump administration a lot of leverage to extract economic concessions from trading partners. But because of these tariffs and the unpredictability, he has made financial markets even more volatile.
Well, definitely, the world market has gone volatile. Europe, Africa, Asia, the markets are turning red because of the intrinsic behavior of one person, and that is something that needs to be looked into. And that's the reason that we are seeing, India, China, Japan, Russia, Australia, or for that matter, African countries or European countries now diversifying their trade to ensure that the stability in market returns. And that is something that is, in a way, telling the world that do not depend on one person or one country too much.
All right. Well, Donald Trump, who has lamented the decision by what he is called to be as highly partisan, and posting on Truth Social as well, saying that if these tariffs ever went away, then it would be a total disaster when it comes to for the United States of America. And agreeing with him is the Attorney General as well. This is Pamela Bondi, who has now also made a similar statement where she has said that tariffs were imposed under national emergency and it is the courts which are now interfering with the president's role. Let's put that out as far as Attorney General Pamela Bondi's opinion is concerned. She says Donald Trump found that they were national emergency and took action under the law by imposing tariffs. The judges of the Federal Circuit are interfering with the president's vital and constitutionally central role in foreign policy, and this decision is wrong and it undermines the United States on the world stage, as the Justice Department will be appealing this decision and will continue to fight to restore the president's lawful authority. Well, that seems to be the opinion. Let's get in a word from Mr. Rabinder Sachdev, who's also connected with us. Sir, good morning to you. When we speak of what the opinion has been of the courts, this is the Federal Appeals Court that has struck down many of Donald Trump's tariffs. However, there is still time there till Donald Trump actually takes a fight to the Supreme Court, where he says that in the end he will win.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, bottom line is that Trump is pushing the envelope of presidential power and authority, right? And he's pushing on continuously. And if anything is challenged, he's going to the court. So bottom line again, in a way, in the United States today, it's up to the courts where the U.S. goes and what presidential authorities Trump will be able to expand and how much to implement. So it's too early to say, or it's not too early, it's early to say right now as to what would happen, but it's predictable. These tariffs are being challenged and the process in the courts will continue. The same thing with regards to immigration issues, birthright citizenship, a host of other issues in America on which Trump has been signing executive orders. He has been pushing the envelope of his authority.
But Mr. Sachdev, is there any influence that Donald Trump enjoys as far as with the Supreme Court there in the country is also concerned? Because he has been saying that he has time and he wants to take up the fight to the Supreme Court as well. How is it now looking upon as far as Donald Trump and his influence is concerned? Because he believes he's not overstepped his authority.
Great point. See, he has influence, not direct, but indirectly he has influence because of ideology. The Supreme Court majority, I think it's now 6 out of the 9. There are total 9 judges in the U.S. Supreme Court, correct?
Yes.
6 out of the 9 are from conservative backgrounds and have been appointed by conservative presidents. So in a big picture, that is the, if not the influence, but that is the beginning ideology, the beginning tilt of the Supreme Court, I would say. So he does have a decent chance because the judges who are there in the Supreme Court, their philosophy, their jurisprudence, their judicial thought, and their past track records show that they have typically aligned with, Republican or conservative causes, including, if you may remember, like abortion, gun rights, and all of that. So that would be one starting point to examine. So he does not have influence as such, of course, but if you see the composition of the court, it is tilted towards a conservative philosophy, which is what Trump is pushing for.
All right, because he seems to be issuing a warning still saying that all tariffs are still in effect. Thank you very much, Mr. Sachdev, for joining us here on the broadcast, because Donald Trump seems to be vowing to fight on, saying that tariffs are actually America's best shield to protect the workers and the manufacturers. With that, we head into a short break.